I'm going to do something dangerous. I'm not going to go by my notes. We're all out here for a common cause. We've got a problem in this country. And we've got an enemy. And the enemy is the lack of knowledge. The enemy is deception. Truth is what will get us out of this, and people who are willing to stand for the truth of what's going on in this country. We didn't lose what we've lost overnight. Actually, we did. I'm the most controversial person here, I think.
I am.
Are you?
You are.
Who thinks I am?
We all are.
Everywhere I go, controversy follows me. Normally it's right in front of me, and normally it's right in front of me giving a talk. And there's usually a wake of people who stood up for me, who have to put it on the line. Dave DeGirolamo was one of them. I'll let him tell about what all happened with me being here today. But I want to thank Randy Dye. I want to thank David for allowing me to be here, because I am the most controversial. Sorry. You haven't heard me yet. We've got to have people who are willing to stand up and fight for what we lost. How many people here believe that you were taught in school good history? How many people here believe we were taught the true nature of the Civil War? How many people here know what the ultimate goal of the Civil War was? What was it? States' rights. Was the North fighting to get rid of states' rights or to preserve states' rights? Who won?
The wrong side.
Let me tell you what the prize of the Civil War was. We're going to go back to James Madison. In Federalist Paper number 39, James Madison is talking about, is this nation a federal government or is it a national government? And I know now we believe that those are interchangeable terms. A federal government is a government of a federation, of a union. A national government is a government of one. One body, one people. And James Madison in Federalist 39 is talking about, do we have a national government or do we have a federal government? And he's saying, well, we have a national government in some ways and a federal government in others. You know, to wage war is a national government. Individual states can't do that. But he talks about citizenship, and he says this, because isn't one of our problems that the federal government exercises absolute dominion and control over every aspect of our lives and our money? It's a fact. Well, I want you to listen to this. Federalist 39, James Madison. The idea of a national government involves in it not only an authority over the individual citizens, but an indefinite supremacy over all persons and things. Among a people consolidated into one nation, this supremacy is completely vested in the national legislature, which is Congress. In this relation, then, James Madison says, the proposed government cannot be deemed a national one. Does it feel like we live under a national government? How many people here are state citizens? And how many people here are national citizens? How many people here think or believe you're a state citizen, a citizen of your state? How many people here believe you're a citizen of your national government? The end of the Civil War was about the nationalization of citizenship. James G. Blaine, radical Republican congressman from Maine, said the object of Reconstruction was to nationalize citizenship. It was to rid this nation of that pestilent heresy called states' rights. And that's what we're living under today, the nationalization of citizenship. How many people here know that two states called North Carolina have entered the American Union? One is a 12th state, one is a 39th state on June 25th, 1868. Look at this table over here underneath the two flags. You see two documents. The document on the left, that's a surrender letter to the state of North Carolina to the federal government, in which only national citizens could vote in the government afterwards, which is the government that's out there today. The document on the right is the military order that changed the government of North Carolina. A lot of people think Reconstruction was the logical conclusion to the end of the war, and it was not. I do talks on this. I have a lot of people who say that I'm a secessionist, that I'm trying to fight the Civil War. No, I'm not. I'm here to restore the Constitution that was destroyed between 1861 and 1868. And I'll offer $10,000 to anyone out there who can prove that the current state of North Carolina is a lawfully created state. I know that's a powerful statement, but we've been taking that into court. We're going into court and we're fighting. I claim to be a state citizen. That flag you see over there is the flag of the state citizens of North Carolina. The flag that flies over the Capitol building is the flag of national citizens residing in North Carolina. Let me explain what a national citizen is. According to James Madison, we'll say the exact same words I said a second ago. The idea of a national government involves in it not only an authority over the individual citizens, but an indefinite supremacy over all persons and things. Our problem isn't loss of rights. Our problem is loss of government, loss of title to the soil of North Carolina. I've been going into courts fighting this. Here's my controversial part. I haven't had a driver's license 13 years. The reason for that is, and I go into court and I say, I'll get your license if you can prove you're a lawfully created state. I'll do whatever you say. I'll pay your taxes. The courts have habitually said, we refuse to answer. I had one judge in Statesville, and I haven't been convicted of either, by the way. 13 years. I had a judge in Statesville said, Mr. Ainsworth has brought up two different state governments of North Carolina. I think he deserves an answer. Told the prosecutor to get the district attorney himself to answer me. Suggested the prosecutor go to the Attorney General's office and get a special prosecutor from the Attorney General's office to prove the state of North Carolina is a lawfully created state. I came back to court 2 months later. The prosecutor said, we have no intention of answering Mr. Ainsworth. We have a government out there that refuses to prove its lawfulness. And what I'm doing out there is fighting that government to get states' rights, to get state citizens back in this country again.